So, victory in the appeals court for the APC governorship candidate in Bayelsa State, Sylva, the immediate past Minister of State for Petroleum Resources. He had been disqualified by the Federal High Court in Abuja from taking part in the race, with a judge saying he could not vie for the seat because he's taken the oath of office twice and had already governed Bayelsa State for 5 years, and as such would violate the 1999 Constitution if allowed to run in the forthcoming election. Mr. Sylva had pointedly disagreed with that decision and had appealed against that ruling. And today, a 3-member panel in the Court of Appeal delivered a unanimous judgment affirming Mr. Sylva as the APC candidate in Bayelsa State and clearing him to participate in the governorship election on November the 11th. So how does the thrill of this particular victory feel?
And I mean, I was surprised that INEC would say that they were going to take out my name from the list. I mean, I thought they should have waited. But of course, they said they were not doing it only in my case. There were other cases. Because I inquired from INEC why they did that, since there was an outstanding appeal. But they said, well, the outstanding appeal cannot act as a stay. So INEC went ahead. I'm hoping that INEC will also very speedily bring my name back.
That's Sylva there. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the legal advisor to the APC in Bayelsa State, Barrister Efieseimokumo Bipeledei.
Thank you very much.
Sorry if I sort of went off piste a little bit there, but thank you very much indeed for joining us. First of all, what's your reaction to today's verdict, which has clearly gone in your favor, and that of Sylva?
The reaction is certainly that of, my reaction represents the totality of the reaction of Bayelsans. It's just like a man whose wife put to bed successfully. Definitely, obviously, he'll be happy. That is my personal reaction, and that is the reaction of majority of the people of Bayelsa.
So just briefly, very briefly, remind us of what sparked this legal dispute over the disqualification of Sylva. I mean, because it's clearly, it sounds like it's more political than legal, doesn't it?
Well, you are very correct. The issue is, when a strong man comes to battle, people must conspire, come together to see that they pull him down. But they know very well that with their strength alone, they cannot pull him down. So that is just what you have seen. People have tried from all means, forming alliances with even people of other political parties to ensure that they pull him down. The man who went to court, who they claim that went to court, is an ordinary voter. And the law is clear. It is only a candidate, or aspirant was the word used, that participated in the election that can challenge the eligibility of any person. So now, the question, that was what the Court of Appeal said. The question is, what did Chief Kolomo that went to court as a voter, did he ever participate in the primaries of the APC? Obviously, it is no.
But that's a technicality, though. That's not the substance of the argument.
No, the issue is, the substance of the argument was that he has taken oath of office before, twice.
Yes.
So that was the issue. But the issue is, before you approach the court, you must have the locus to approach the court.
No, I understand that.
So,
but what I'm curious about is whether or not you think that, because obviously that main issue has still not been decided.
Yes.
It's just the technicality, the locus of whether he had was able to do this or not, to go to court. What I'm wondering is, does the other side, you've talked about this, broad church that is against Sylva. I mean, I'm wondering if they're just going to let it go, or if they have the option of appealing, or at least starting focusing on a different thing with the right candidate.
The issue is that issue is dead forever. Legally, it can never be resurrected. Because one, their chances of even succeeding on the merit of the matter is also zero. It's also zero. Sylva did not take off. The Constitution spell out situations where a person cannot take oath of office twice. One, Timothy Sylva was elected as governor in 2007. It was a valid court of law that nullified his election. And he went in, he succeeded, took oath of office, and continued. So that issue is of no moment. Secondly, the law prescribes a period within which you can approach the court for redress. This is a pre-election matter that should have been ventilated within 14 days of the accrual of the cause of action, which is the primaries. And that period is over. So that issue, they cannot resurrect it. Even if they had any right initially, they have even slept over it. They've slept over the right, therefore they cannot resurrect it.
Right. So how much has this case set you back in terms of your campaign and preparation for that election, which is just 11 days away?
Though the issue is that Bayelsans have been yarning, the era of Sylva was seen as the good old days. Therefore, Bayelsans we were not bothered, we were on ruffled campaigns we are going on because we knew that that was a mere conspiracy, particularly from the opposition party, because this is a case that the opposition was even more interested in. They are the persons that are bringing rumors, telling us powerful people that are behind it, those that are supporting it. For example, when the Supreme Court came out with the judgment, the verdict affirming the victory of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the Governor of Rivers State, the Minister of Petroleum, and the Governor of Bayelsa State, Doyedri, went to visit the President. Ordinarily, Chief Wike should have gone with the Governor of Rivers State, but he went in company of that of Bayelsa State. And immediately...
And we're looking at the pictures now of that, what you're talking about.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah, keep talking.
So immediately they finish. The whole cyberspace in Bayelsa was agog that Chief Wike will do a finishing job for Doyedri, is to ensure that Doyedri wins, and when Doyedri wins, he will decamp to APC, thereby shortening the chances of Sylva of gaining any relevance politically. Now the issue is, we are also using this opportunity to appeal. We know very well that the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces is a man that understands politics, he understands petty tricks, and cannot fall into such gullible acts or gullible pranks from any politician. But taking it further, you must see that there is something fishy in that combination. We are now, if Timothy Sylva labored so much to bring APC to limelight in Bayelsa State, they, out of party interests, fought against Jonathan that was from the same area with them. They never compromised. But if you will observe, in very many public fora, Wike has always maintained that I needed a Southern president. Today we have a Southern president. Thank God 13 Northern governors came together. They were patriots, and they said this time power should go to the South. They had the capacity of taking back power. But they say for inclusiveness, for us to be together, for equity and justice, let power go back to the South. And that is how a Southern governor emerged. Then for him to come to public and tell people that I needed a South, that shows a tribalistic approach to issues. So the Northern governors that came together and voted for your brother, you call them fools? Or they don't know what they are doing? Or they didn't have a brother to vote for? So we are appealing to Wike that it should concentrate in the affairs of Rivers State. Forget about Bayelsa politics. He was interested, the same him had problem with Dixon when Dixon was a governor. Because of this overbearing nature, he wants to control every area. He had problem with the governor of Ebonyi State, current Minister for Works. He had problem with Obaseki, governor of Edo State. He had problem with Cross River State governor. He had problem with IYC. He had problem with traditional rulers in the state. So if we allow such persons, I don't know why Well, politics has a lot of dynamics on the
Well, you talked about Nigerian politics being fishy. I couldn't agree with you more because it is fishy. I mean, that's why it's got, a lot of people's hackles up. But let me just say, clearly the mood right now in the APC in Bayelsa State must be jubilant because your candidate is back in the race. But obviously this is just one hurdle. I mean, you've got to worry about dislodging the PDP, which is the incumbent party in Bayelsa State, and of course, Governor Duye Diri, who is running for re-election.
Yes. That is the easiest task, because if you can remember, Bayelsa last election, it was APC that won the election, and the victory was landslide. It was not a simple majority, it was an absolute majority. Like in Southern Niger, they had about 80,000 something votes for APC. PDP had just 4,000 votes. You can imagine the mathematician, if they convert it, I think that should be less than 5% or something, or within that, less than 10%. That was how it cut across about 5 LGs out of the 8. So it is lawful for you to reclaim your mandate. They won an election by providence. They got it from Supreme Court under very technical circumstances. That decision of Degi, after that decision, the Supreme Court departed from it. There was no other decision that followed that decision till today. So perhaps that is what whether God designed it or allowed it.
Governor Diri has described the election as a fight between light and darkness. He being the light and your candidate being the darkness. He said he was fighting Mr. Sylva's character and not the APC, and described him as a serial deceiver who has deceived him personally as well as the people of Bayelsa State. I mean, I expect Mr. Sylva has said some pretty awful things about him as well. So clearly a bruising war of words, clearly a, major battle there in Bayelsa State.
You will agree with me that those words are propelled by fear. No man will take somebody that is not a threat to him seriously. Now, Duye Diri, will it be fair for him to call Sylva a serial liar? My mother is a pensioner. My mother for now is having she has fracture in her leg. We have been moving her from Benin to Bayelsa. We have moved her from Port Harcourt to Bayelsa for series of, what do they call them, verifications. The last one is that they want to pay them and say is to pay 70%. Till date, the 70% has not been paid. We have never had where gratuity, you have worked all your life, you have retired, then your money will be paid on pro rata basis. It's not done anywhere. That is deceit. Today they give appointments. Last dispensation they tried it. Close to the election, even those who sweep the roads, they make them SSC. Those who fetch water, they make them SSC. They give them all manner of appointments prior to the election. At the end of the day, they didn't even pay them a dime. They have replicated the same thing in Bayelsa State.
Right.
Civil servants, jobs, Ministry of Trade and Investment. Most civil servants go there and just sit down. They now contract their job to contractors of their choice. They are cronies. They are the people that do all the job, takes the money. The civil servants only go there to sit down. The roads, nothing is happening. In my state, in my local government, Southern Niger, he says he's trying to trace senatorial roads that they started. Now what they did is something that doesn't conform with any type of engineering design. It's just a level plate, something that he has just used to just last week.
So obviously you're raising questions about the what the governor has done in the state, and that'll be up to the people of Bayelsa State to make that decision. But I
am a Bayelsan.
Yeah, I know, but you're one Bayelsan.
No, we represent.
There are a lot of other Bayelsans, but no, the vote will decide. I mean, and that's coming up in 11 days. So we'll see. So it's no use telling me that you can do this or you can do that. The people of Bayelsa will decide in 11 days' time. I want to thank you very much indeed, and congratulations once again for your victory at the appeals court. Barrister Efieseimokumo Bipeledei is the APC legal advisor in Bayelsa State. Thank you very much indeed.